Hello, welcome to our channel Qubit Educational Services. In this video we are going to solve multiple choice questions from the chapter Differential Equations. Let us start with the first one. The solution of the differential equation dx by x plus dy by y is equal to 0 is xy equal to constant, x plus y equal to constant, log of x into log of y equal to constant, and d x squared plus y squared equal to constant. Let us start by writing down the differential equation, which is dx by x plus dy by y equal to 0. Clearly this is of the type variables separable, as you can see the terms containing x here and the terms containing y there. So if we now integrate both the terms with respect to x and y respectively, we will get log of x plus log of y equal to some constant c, and this is the general solution. However, if you go back to the options, none of them says log of x plus log of y equal to constant. Therefore, we will go one step ahead by using the properties of logarithms and write down log of x plus log of y as log of x into y, that is constant c, and therefore x into y will be another constant. Let's call it c dash. Specifically it will be e to the power c. Do we have x into y equal to constant as the option? Yes, we have it as option A, and hence the correct option is A. To add the last point before we conclude, the equation x into y equal to c dash represents a family of rectangular hyperbolas. In option B, we have x plus y equal to c, which represents a family of lines with slope -1. And in option D, we have x squared plus y squared equal to c, which represents a family of concentric circles with the radius being root of c. Let's go to the next problem. The differential equation obtained by eliminating arbitrary constants from the equation y equal to a into e to the power bx is y into d2y by dx squared plus dy by dx equal to 0, y into d2y by dx squared minus dy by dx equal to 0, y into d2y by dx squared minus dy by dx raised to 2 equal to 0, and y into d2y by dx squared plus dy by dx raised to 2 equal to 0. We are given the general solution of a differential equation, which is y equal to a into e to the power bx. As it contains two arbitrary constants a and b, we will be required to differentiate y 2 times with respect to x. In the first step, we will take the log on both the sides. So log of y will be equal to log of a plus log of e to the power bx, which will be bx into log of e, that is 1. So we now have a much simpler version of the solution, which is log of y equal to log of a plus bx. We will now differentiate both sides with respect to x. By chain rule, derivative of log y will be 1 upon y dy by dx equal to a being a constant, log of a will also be a constant, its derivative will be 0, plus b into x's derivative will be b. So we have successfully eliminated the arbitrary constant a. Now let us differentiate this one more time to eliminate b. Therefore, now observe that the derivative of the right hand side is 0 because it consists of only the constant b. To find the derivative of the left hand side, we have to apply the product rule of differentiation and chain rule. Derivative of 1 upon y with respect to x will be minus 1 upon y squared into dy by dx. But as we have the second term as dy by dx itself, it will be square of dy by dx plus 1 upon y, which is the first function, into derivative of dy by dx, which is d2y by dx squared. So we now have got the differential equation whose general solution is y equal to a into e to the power bx. Let's compare our differential equation with the options. In our case, the coefficient of d2y by dx squared is 1 upon y, and the coefficient of dy by dx raised to 2 is minus 1 upon y squared. However, in none of these options you can see 1 upon y and minus 1 upon y squared. So let us multiply entire differential equation by y squared, which will give us minus 1 into dy by dx raised to 2 plus y into d2y by dx squared equal to 0. So the coefficient of d2y by dx squared is y. In all four of them, this term exists. Let us now go to dy by dx squared with the negative sign. This term is present only in option C. In options A and B, we only have dy by dx. In option D, we do have dy by dx raised to 2, but its sign is positive. So the correct option to this question is C. Next question. Solution of the differential equation sec x dy minus cosec y dx equal to 0 is cos x plus sin y equal to c, sin x plus cos y equal to c, sin y minus cos x equal to c, and cos y minus sin x equal to c. Let's write down the given equation first, which is sec x dy equal to cosec y dx. We now observe that if we shift sec x to the other side and let cosec y come to the left hand side, then the given differential equation gets transformed to variables separable type. So let's do that. Shifting cosec y to the left hand side gives us sin y, dy will be there as it is, equal to, shifting sec x to the other side will lead to cos x dx. Terms containing y are on one side and terms containing x are on the other side. So as said earlier, this is now in the variable separable form. Let's integrate both sides. Therefore, integral of sin y is minus cos of y equal to integral of cos x with respect to x is sin x plus c. Let's keep the constant on one side. So let us shift sin x here. So we will get minus sin x minus cos y equal to c. Multiplying both sides by minus 1 will give us sin x plus cos y equal to minus c. Let's call it c dash. So sin x plus cos y is constant. Hence option B. You have to be extremely careful while picking or marking the right option, as in this case option A is very similar to option B. The difference is it takes cos of x and sin of y, and in B, which is the right option, we have sin of x and cos of y. The next question says solution of dy by dx equal to 3 to the power x plus y is 3 to the power x plus y equal to constant, 3 to the power x plus 3 to the power y equal to constant, 3 to the power x minus y equal to constant, and 3 to the power x plus 3 to the power minus y equal to constant. Let us write down the given differential equation as usual. While writing down the right hand side, we recall the law of indices and write it as 3 to the power x into 3 to the power y. On letting 3 to the power y come to the left hand side and shifting the differential dx there, we now get 3 to the power minus y dy equal to 3 to the power x dx. Again, this is a variables separable type differential equation. Let's integrate both sides. Therefore, 3 to the power minus y divided by log of 3 into minus 1. Do not forget that y has a negative sign, equal to 3 to the power x upon log of 3 plus c. But as log of 3 is present in both the terms, let us also divide the constant c by log of 3. That is perfectly fine. Multiplying the entire solution by log of 3 will lead to the cancellation of log 3 terms, and therefore we have the following: 3 to the power x plus 3 to the power minus y. We shifted 3 to the power minus y into minus 1 to the other side, equal to, bring this constant here, which will be minus c or c dash. So the general solution will be 3 raised to x plus 3 raised to y equal to c dash, and that is option D. Degree and order of the differential equation d2y by dx squared equal to dy by dx raised to 2 are respectively. We note that in this differential equation there are two derivatives. The first one is d2y by dx squared and the second one is dy by dx. Recall that order of the differential equation is order of the highest order derivative in that differential equation. So the order of this differential equation must be 2 because of the derivative d2y by dx squared. Let's now talk about degree. By definition, degree of a differential equation is the power to which the highest ordered derivative is raised, provided none of the derivatives have fractional or negative powers. In this case, the power of the first derivative is 1 and that of the second derivative is 2. As you can see here, they have squared dy by dx. However, this does not matter now. Degree is concerned only with the highest order derivative, and as the power of this derivative is 1, the degree of the differential equation is 1. So the order is 2 and the degree is 1. However, while picking the correct option, you should pay attention to what comes first. We are familiar with problems where we first write down the order and then the degree, but in this problem, they are asking the degree first and then the order. Degree being 1 and order being 2, we should pick that option which has 1, 2 in it, hence option A. If by mistake you mark option B as the right option, then that is wrong, because that would mean that the degree is 2 and the order is 1. To give you an example of such a differential equation, let's say dy by dx raised to 2 equal to sin x. Observe that the derivative which is present here is dy by dx. So its order will be 1 and its degree will be 2, which is the power of the highest order derivative. So if you mark option B, you will not get marks because first the degree is to be obtained and picked and then the order. The solution of the differential equation 1 plus y squared into tan inverse of x dx plus y into 1 plus x squared dy equal to 0 is. In all four options, you can see the presence of tan inverse. And in options A, B and C, you can see logarithms. To begin with, let us write down the given differential equation, which is 1 plus y squared tan inverse of x dx equal to minus y 1 plus x squared dy. Note that by shifting 1 plus y squared to the right hand side and 1 plus x squared to the left hand side, this differential equation will then be of variables separable type. So let us shift the terms, which will give us tan inverse of x upon 1 plus x squared dx equal to minus y upon 1 plus y squared dy. We now integrate both sides with respect to appropriate variables. Both sides demand use of integration by substitution. If we let tan inverse of x as t in the left hand side, then 1 upon 1 plus x squared dx will be dt. So the left hand side will then be equal to integral of t dt, which will be t squared by 2. Before we integrate the right hand side, observe that t squared by 2 is tan inverse of x squared by 2, and except for option B, none of the other options has square of tan inverse. So option B is the strong contender to be the right option. But let us also find the integral on the right hand side. Here we substitute 1 plus y squared as u. Therefore 2y dy will be du. Therefore y dy will be equal to 1 upon 2 du. So the integral on the right hand side now takes the form integral of minus 1 will stay there, y dy will get replaced by 1 upon 2 du, and 1 plus y squared is u. If you integrate this, you will get minus 1 upon 2 into log of u, which is nothing but minus 1 upon 2 into log of 1 plus y squared. In other words, our general solution will be tan inverse of x squared by 2 equal to minus 1 by 2 into log of 1 plus y squared. We can cancel 2, which is present in the denominator of both these terms, and shift log of 1 plus y squared to the other side, which will give us the general solution as tan inverse of x the whole squared plus log of 1 plus y squared equal to some arbitrary constant c dash. Let us now go back to the options and see whether B is the right option. Yes, it is. Tan inverse of x squared, which is the first term here, log of 1 plus y squared, which is the second term here, and more importantly, note the plus sign, equal to c dash. Hence, B is the correct option. If f dash of x is equal to x plus 1 upon x, then the value of f of x is. The given differential equation is f dash of x equal to x plus 1 upon x. To find f of x, we integrate both sides with respect to x. Using the fact that differentiation and integration are complementary. If we first differentiate f and then integrate its derivative, eventually we will get back the original function, equal to integral of x is x squared by 2, integral of 1 upon x is log of x, plus the constant of integration or the arbitrary constant c. So f of x is x squared by 2 plus log of x plus c. That is option B. Next question. An integrating factor of the differential equation x into dy by dx plus y into log of x equal to x into e to the power x into x to the power minus 1 upon 2 log of x when x is greater than 0 is. We have defined integrating factor in the context of linear differential equations of first order and first degree. The standard form of such a linear differential equation is dy by dx plus py equal to q, and the integrating factor of this differential equation is given by e to the power integral p dx, where p is the coefficient of y here. If you compare the given differential equation with the standard form of the linear differential equation, you will realize that dy by dx should have coefficient 1, whereas in the given differential equation, the coefficient of dy by dx is x. As x is not equal to 0, we can divide the entire differential equation by x. And in that case, the coefficient of y will be log of x upon x. The original coefficient of y is log of x. We have divided it by x so that we can compare the given differential equation with the standard form of linear differential equation. Coefficient of y being p, in this case p will be log of x upon x. Therefore, the integrating factor of this differential equation will be e to the power integral log of x upon x dx. Let us find integral of log of x upon x dx separately. We recall that letting log of x as t allows us to write 1 upon x dx as dt. In other words, integral of log of x upon x dx will now be integral t dt, which on integration gives us t squared by 2, which will be equal to log of x squared upon 2. Note that we are not considering log of x squared. No. We are first taking log of x and then we are squaring the log. Going back to the integrating factor, we have evaluated the integral of log x upon x, which has turned out to be log of x square upon 2. So let us replace the exponent by this integral. So we will get e to the power square of log x upon 2, which will be equal to root of e raised to square of log x. Now, why did I do this step? If you look at the options here, nowhere you see e to the power square of log x upon 2. D has e to the power x squared, B does not have e, and A has x raised to log x. So the only possible option is root of e raised to log of x the whole square. And because of this, the 2 which exists in the denominator of the exponent can alternately be considered as root of e, and hence the correct option is C. There is one more thing which I would like to tell you. The right hand side of the differential equation does not affect the integrating factor, because the integrating factor is strictly the coefficient of y, provided the coefficient of dy by dx is 1. Let's go to the next question now. Solution of the differential equation dy by dx into tan y equal to sine of x plus y plus sine of x minus y is. To begin with, we focus our attention on the right hand side of this differential equation, which contains sine of x plus y as well as sine of x minus y. We recall this formula from trigonometry. Sin c plus sin d is equal to 2 sin c plus d by 2 cos c minus d by 2. Letting c as x plus y and d as x minus y, the differential equation will take the following form. dy by dx is present on the left hand side. Let us write tan y as sine of y upon cos of y equal to 2 sine c plus d by 2. If you add c and d, you will get 2x. 2x upon 2 will be x cos of c minus d by 2. C minus d will be 2y. 2y by 2 is y. Therefore, now observe that it is now possible to send the differential dx to the right hand side of differential equation, and everything else which contains y can be brought to the left hand side. So let us do that. RHS will be 2 sin x dx. Let's go to the LHS now. If you send cos y here, it will be sin y upon cos y into 1 upon cos y dy. This is now in the variables separable form. We can integrate both sides. The right hand side will be minus 2 cos of x plus the arbitrary constant c. Let's now go to the left hand side. Initially I had thought that writing tan of y as sin y upon cos y will lead to cancellation of some terms. However, this cos y, when sent to the left hand side, sits in the denominator. Therefore, it will not cancel the already existing cos y in the left hand side. But we can easily integrate this. Sin y upon cos y is tan y, and 1 upon cos y will be sec y. And if you integrate tan y into sec y, that will give you sec y, because derivative of sec y is sec y tan y. So we have now got the solution, which is 2 cos of x plus sec y equal to c. Let's now go back to the options. Sin of sec y is positive, and also sin of 2 cos x is positive. Hence, the correct option is A. Now, where can you go wrong? Observe that we have integral of sin x, which is minus cos x. So, if you miss that minus sign, then this 2 cos x will acquire the negative sign, and in that case, you will incorrectly mark option B as the solution. However, note that B is not right, and that is the reason you should understand and learn the basic formulas of integration as well as differentiation. Let's go to the next problem. The order of the differential equation, whose solution is y equal to a cos x plus b sin x plus c into e to the power minus x, is 3, 1, 2 and 4. This is a very straightforward problem. From theory, we recall that order of any differential equation is equal to the number of arbitrary constants in the general solution of the differential equation. The solution is given in the problem, which has three arbitrary constants a, b and c, and therefore the order of the differential equation is 3, and hence option A. I would like to go one step ahead and tell you the actual differential equation whose general solution is y. The differential equation is as follows. So this is the differential equation whose general solution is given in the problem. You will study the theory and applications of such higher order differential equations in engineering mathematics.